Alright, First Sergeant, this is for you. I hope you can appreciate the challenge in this cliff here. And those trees up there, a couple hundred years old. I'm gonna get you a picture in a minute of one that's I think that was 500 years old. So interesting area on the way into the, well, if you keep going from where I am, you run up into the major routes. But this is on the way up to the mountain I was telling you about. So it's beautiful, I'll give it that. There's a river, there's a lot of bamboo real close to here. I'm gonna get you a brief video of that in a second. And man, look at that. That's just, wow. That's maximum zoom, Sergeant. That is, I may not look it in the video, but you gotta understand that's 130 meter, 140 meter, cliff face. And as you can tell, it's slippery as all get out. Turns into a waterfall in heavy rain. That's part of why this area is used for what it's used for. Not right here, but I mean the area around here. There's a lot of good places to hide, can't be seen. I mean, look at how dense this grass is. You gotta march through that for miles in some cases, well, kilometers here to get to it. But obviously, don't come down from there, come down over here. So I'm gonna get you a picture of the river in a minute and I'll be back. Oh, and just so you know, yeah, this is a road, but this is how high the water comes up. I mean, you can see all of this. Okay, there's the entrance to the woods. All right, there's your this is normally all grass like that, but you can see how high the water came up. You see that boulder there, that and all those trees, those got washed down by the flooding. Just to give you an idea, it gets pretty bad here. So when I talk about rain, we get well, we had 20 something inches in a few days. No, actually, I'm sorry, we had what was it? 20 inches in like 3 hours. So, all right, now this obviously is a road. There's somebody's water line, as you can see, not buried. You can probably hear the cars. This is a normal river flood point. All right, here we got a rock. Somebody's shoe must wash down. You see all that deposited debris? It's all from the water. The government just rebuilt the bank on the other side. I'm sure you can probably see that. So they built that up. It's a pretty commonly used area as far as, people washing their clothes and taking baths and whatnot. And no, I'm not trying to catch them by taking a bath. So here you got all the bamboo and that stuff. Just a second, and I'll get you a picture of the river. See, there's a little sneaking hole in there. So I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a river back there. And once again, you'll see all these little trees that are knocked over down in here. Like that one there. That got knocked over and washed up, man. That rock there, right there. That thing's actually about 5 feet around, just about. No, I'm sorry. About 3 feet around. So you gotta be really careful up here because this stuff slips out, gives way. And I'm sure you can hear the river, but I'm gonna show you in a minute how much higher we are than the river. Alright, there we go. Get us some bamboo. Careful for that one. That'd be a don't want to step onto that. Alright, so you can probably see some of the rocks in the background. I'm gonna pause this and go get a shot of the actual river itself, Sergeant. Oh, alright, First Sergeant. One thing I do want to point out. You see all this chopped bamboo here? Some of it's new, some of it's old, as you can tell. This is used in construction. A lot of the mobile huts you'll see around here. This tree here, all right, let me just give you an idea. It's from there, all right, all the way over to there. That thing is about 1.5 meters, 2 meters across. No, not too, about 1.5 meters across. But it's, well, when you wind a rope around it, you need about 4.5 meters of rope. No, 5 meters of rope, I'm sorry. That's also to include your tie offline. That's to have some things left over. So technically it's only about 3.6 meters around, but this is meters, not feet. So, I mean, take that into account. One of my personal favorites, the rotting tree of death. You know, all this nice new foliage here, and you got this rotted tree of dead, which you got to be careful for. A little pathway down here, and you can start to see the riverbed down there. So, but this is what I'm teaching. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I need to find our direction, because right now I'm obviously on the side of a road, so not that big of a deal. I'm not going to get lost. But if I go up another 7 kilometers, 10 kilometers in the bus, there ain't no more road. You got to get a horse, something else. It takes 3 to 4 days to walk it, depending where you're going, because it gets very, very steep. Right now we're at an altitude of about, I think it's, what do you think, the town before this one was 4,400. So right now we're about 5,800, 5,600, somewhere in that area. So tops out at 12,000. Ooh, looks like somebody had lunch here. Okay, now, yeah, somebody had lunch here, but look how treacherous this stuff is, Sergeant, man. All right. First Sergeant, sorry about that. I have a friend who's a Sergeant Major, and I almost, sorry about that. So, you would not want to fall in there. That's a 3.5 meter drop. 4 meters. Yeah, that's 4 meters. This really cool thing tells me how far it is away from me on my phone. So, I mean, so yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate a video helping out. But this is the kind of crap we gotta deal with, on topo-wise. And keep in mind, this is all volcanic rock. All right, this area we're at was actually created when the volcano blew up 800 years ago, split the 2 major valleys. Pretty big. In fact, some of the boulders that are in town that just came through, they're just laying on the side of the road, and they had to be moved and put the road in. And it's got one of the most unique things ever, because I mean, it yeah, you see what's left of a guardrail there? There's a bridge that washed out here before. But anyway, so the road coming up here has actually got a really unique magnetic thing to it, where you will go uphill and gain speed without hitting the gas, depending on the metal content of your car. Now, look at this stuff, right? Here's my boot, just to give you an example. It's my boot. Let's go up, go out. That's a murder hole right there. And goes down. Now that's a 1 meter drop from me. The problem is all that cover there, that's just crap that fell and got washed down from the area over here. Oh, that stuff washed across the street. All right, so that's why it's all in here, because the water came up really, really high, to where I showed you that earlier, and it all went back down. So a lot of these areas, I tried stepping on one to get a better image earlier, and luckily I used the 2-foot rule, which is keep 1 foot on solid ground. I didn't bring anything to tie up to a tree, so I'm not going to try that. But and yeah, a lot of stuff's cut down, but you can just tell how it washed all in here. Anywhere there's a, like, all right, you see over there, all this stuff completely washed in, man. You see, like, I mean, all this stuff has just been drugged that way, so that you can tell that's where the water come. That's where the water came there, there. That's all being, because this is where your funnel's at. So you go from where I'm at, right here at my boot, all right. Now I am 6'4 3/4. So let's focus down on that. And you get an idea, that's about 18 feet below me. But the problem is I don't know where this starts. I know that right here, it just goes down if you compact it. So, alright, Sergeant Stoker, here's a better view. I don't know how well you can see it or not in the video. I hope it shows up well, man, I really do. But this right there, that's about 10 meters from me. So, I mean, that's the stuff that'll screw you up in a heartbeat. Well, not you, but I mean, anybody who you slipped, fell, the ground gave way, tried to step on any of this stuff here. I mean, you can just see how much this stuff is pushed over by the water. So, and just, man, I'm gonna show you a major rock that got brought up here, man. It's incredible. Also, keep in mind, as I'm walking down here, we're going on a down gradient. So, the water that was up overhead earlier, I showed you that dry patch of ground where that gravelly area is, that sandy area where the bed came up to. It's about 3 feet over that. And right now, we've already walked down a gradient. Well, sorry, I've walked down a gradient about 9 feet, 10 feet so far, tops. So you can just see how much, I mean, there's just a lot of force of water coming through here. And look how much of this stuff it's just tore up. No one got in there and mowed this. No one got in there and cut that. That was just in the backflow of the water. So. Although that one there, someone did cut. But you can tell, like I said, I'm not worried about getting lost here. I already know this area. I know where I'm at. Okay, here's a perfect example right here. This sucker got washed down here, alright, which is about 15 feet from me. It got washed down from way up there, about 100 feet from me, and ended up here. I don't know, 75 feet, somewhere in that area. 175 feet, it washed down and ended up getting stuck right here as the water got up so high, and then it just never got unloosed. So I'll get a little bit closer to the river and I'll be back in just a second. I hope you don't find this video too boring. Alright, First Sergeant, I hope you can hear the water in the river by now, because I'll show it to you while being as safe as possible. The reason I'm not stepping forward much more is this rock here, this is cut out, and I don't really want it to give way on me. So you can tell right there, alright, that there is 2 meters down from the rock face. Right here, right there, to there, 2 meters. Right, so I don't want to hit that from here. And we keep going down and down and down, and then voila. Alright, that is 27 feet below me. You see those rocks there? Alright, let me get you a better. See that rock over there in the upper, right over there. Sorry, right over there. I do apologize for the hand close up, but that rock, that's a 3 meter by 4 meter rock. Okay, I know feet better. I'm just gonna go with feet. That thing is 10.5 feet wide and 8 feet high. So I'll just stick to, I know feet better than I do meters. So I'm dealing with, like other things. But anyway, trying to gauge you on the video. What I can tell in my real eye is pretty easy, but the video, not really so much. Alright, so this rock down here in the lower left hand, right there. That rock's 10 feet deep under the water. This one right here, that's a 4-foot drop off. Now normally people go over right in that area there. You can see where there's kind of a little let up. That's a shallow area. They catch fish and stuff in there when there are fish to catch. And you can see all the trash that washed down, unfortunately. But that rock right there, that's 10 feet. That one there, I'm looking at now, it's in the middle of your screen. It's about 2 feet You can see 2 feet of it in the water, but from where I'm at, you can actually see it goes under the water, curving this way. It comes, you can't see the video, I don't know, but it comes down to right about there. All right, it goes up there. You can see right there, it's above water, comes all the way down to right about there. So that is a massive beast. You do not want to get hit by this stuff. And like I said, this, you know, this is, well, that's 6 feet, 9 feet, 10 feet, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 27. 27 feet down from where I'm standing right here to right there. And as you can see right there in the one part, that river's relatively shallow. All right, that's only about 4.5 feet deep right there. That's why everybody sticks to the shallow areas up top, where there's almost like a little natural dam. But we gotta navigate a bunch of this crap. Hold on, man, I'm gonna pause this, set up on another location, and just kind of show you some more stuff. And I'm gonna throw in a picture here of one of the other sides of the gorge here, because this is literally a valley. All right, it's only 200 meters, 300 meters across. Nah, hold on. Let me think, from valley side A to valley side B. Okay, that being valley side B, where the main road is at. Alright, so valley side B, where the main road is at, to valley side A, which is behind me. Talking about half a click. So, be right back. Alright, I think you might appreciate these. These trees are, these are about 80 to 100 years old almost. The big one is 100 years old. The other one's about 75, 80. Alright, now, this is the closest I can get to the river. Remember that rock I told you was about 10 feet underwater? Well, this is a little bit downstream, as you can tell. If you look, there, go up here. That's the kind of rocks that are under that water up front. So if you look at all these rocks here, most of them are not quite this size, but very close there too, like that one there. So there's a lot of things here, man. And there we go. There's another boulder for you.